Shady Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the PODCAST, tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash. Straight to the face, I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Shady Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Shady Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. See ya!
Hey, welcome to Wrasslin with the Wrasslin Boys. I'm the POT alongside my tag team partner Big E, and we're here to bring you a very special episode of premium wrestling content. Big E, this is a milestone one right here, bro. Not just because of just another episode, but because of what happened a couple of nights ago. Well, a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
in the
no
wrestling
doubt.
community.
Yeah. It's episode 31, man, and it's not really what we planned out for it to be. As the world knows, and we're just a little bit late, but as far as covering it, we lost Hulk Hogan, and Terry Bollea, aka Hulk Hogan. So, so we're gonna pay homage. We're gonna definitely speak our mind, but we definitely gonna pay homage as well. And we got a lot of things to cover, but let's just go ahead and start off with this one. First of all, prayers go out to the family, all the fans, because we're a little different. We grew up, Hulkamania was when we were kids, but we weren't really Hulkamaniacs, they want to call it that.
Right.
I wasn't a ride or die Hulk Hogan fan. I wasn't, first of all, I was an NWA guy. That's what came on. That's what I saw the most. I knew who Hulk Hogan was, just like anybody else in the world knows who Hulk Hogan is, even if they follow wrestling or they don't. So, I think it's safe to say that we have all this entertainment, and it's largely due to him from the 80s and the 90s. My favorite version is Hollywood Hogan, NWO Hogan. That's when I became a Hulkamaniac, But before we get into the details and stuff about what we've heard and everything that's happening and all that, just go ahead and speak your mind about Hulk Hogan and just give your little thoughts about it real quick.
Well, of course, like you, I wasn't a Hulkamaniac growing up. However, I did watch I watched NWA because that's what PBS, but I was also lucky enough to watch WWF. We had the USA Network, and I All American Wrestling and all that. So I did watch a lot of WWF product back in that era, and I saw a lot of Hulk Hogan. However, again, I don't know, I just always thought that it was too cheesy. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. Yeah, there you go. But I mean, I respect him for who he was. But like even with the action figures, I didn't have a Hulk Hogan action figure. I had Junkyard Dog. I had Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Iron Sheik. So that's my thing about that. But as far as Hulk Hogan, you cannot start a Rushmore in the wrestling business without having two names: Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, bar none. I don't care what anybody say. We can talk about the politics. We can talk about the details. But if you want to talk about the wrestling business and where it is now with the popularity and the reason why they having 80,000 people at WrestleManias both nights and all that, a lot of that has a lot to do with Hogan.
Right.
I mean, not Vince McMahon. I mean, of course, it's a machine, not just Hulk Hogan himself, but Hulk Hogan helped make Hulk Hogan because of his persona, but like being in the Rocky, the Thunder Lips, and Hulkamania and Saturday Night Live and the Rock and Wrestling. He was the right person to capitalize on all that. Saturday night's main event on NBC. I mean, that was a huge deal, man. So
he was already larger than life anyway, as far as how big he was, and the bright yellow trunks and the yellow boots and the red and the headband and the red knee pads and ripping the shirt off and man, but since this, I've heard about it, everybody knows we're the big wrestling fans, so all our friends are calling, "Are you all right? Everything okay?"
Yeah, right.
Like, let me tell you something. The day Ric Flair leaves this earth, I'm gonna have a hard time. But I've never, for the last couple of days, it's just been, everything's been different. Different thoughts here, different thoughts there. At one point, the racial stuff comes in, and then you think about what we've done for the business. And also you think about, as much as bad stuff as these guys have said about him, it's just been good stuff as well. You take the politics and who he supports out of it. He's a Trump supporter or whatever. Everybody don't believe that. He got caught saying some racial slurs back in, I believe it was 2015, 2014, maybe.
2015.
Yeah. The sex tape stuff, the divorce, the stuff with his son, almost killing that kid that was riding with him.
The car accident.
Yeah. Then, catching a DUI some years later. It just always comes back to him, and it always reflects on him. I tell you, man, of course, when you grow up, you realize just how important he was to the wrestling business.
Right.
And I'm not going to sit here and you can't put him in the same category as Benoit or anything like that because it
absolutely not. No.
That's serious. But he did make some mistakes like we all do.
Yeah.
Everybody on this planet Earth has said stuff that they regretted as soon as they said it. Do I think Hulk Hogan is a racist? Probably not. Do I think he made a mistake, said a couple of things? I tell you, I talked to somebody today, and they told me we were talking about the same thing. And this guy who I was talking to, I'm thinking like he's gonna go in, but he was quoting Mike Tyson saying a racist is a white person wanting the whole black race to die, to go away, or a black person thinking the same thing about, or different, wanting that whole race to just go away. I don't think it was that deep, I think, I tell you what, you bring your kids and stuff to the category, anything is liable to happen. You know what I mean? So, like I said, we've all done the same thing. It's like throwing rocks at a glass house, man. We've all said stuff we regret. Have you ever said anything racial? I know I have.
Yeah, that's my thing. That's my. Well, you got to think, especially when it comes to these celebrities, a lot of people kind of forget that they're human beings as
Right.
well, right?
Right.
But of
Yeah.
course, they in the spotlight. So again, not to make excuses for what Hogan said. However, like you said, we all, I mean, come on, go to the barbecue on Sunday, you know what I mean, or whatever. You don't know, and we're all human beings. But also, they talk about there's a lot of hypocrites out there. You want to talk about forgiving somebody and stuff like that, and it's a lot of times a lot of people, we don't know these people personally at all. You know what I mean? But I was listening to some comments. I was watching Stevie Ray. He had a live on his Facebook account. Shout out Stevie Ray, one half of Harlem Heat. Shout out Booker T as well. But Stevie Ray, he worked with Hulk Hogan, and he was talking about how when Hogan first came in WCW, and he was like, Flair was the booker at the time, and he said they was doing shows down in Orlando at
Universal
at
Studio.
Disney. Now they was at Disney this time.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he said and then he was hearing rumors that Hogan was gonna come in, but they didn't tell them. It was like they didn't know. And then they said finally one day he was coming in, and he said everybody changed in front office. Everybody was wearing shirt and ties, and it was almost he said it was like if the principal was coming into your classroom and he knew the teacher's gonna be on her shit, right? So
Right.
he said so that was a trip, but he credited Hulk Hogan for them having their push. He said because they really didn't, they were still kind of new to WCW because the Sid got them to start or whatever, right? I guess when Ole was booking, but he said that they was there and Hogan was there for a few months, and he said they didn't know what kind of stroke Hogan had, but they knew Hogan had stroke. But he said apparently Hogan told front office to give Harlem Heat a push. He was like, them guys good, you better utilize them. So he was like, they went up to Hogan in the hallway and was like, hey, we heard you put a word in for us. And he said, Hogan was like, yeah, brother, y'all work good. He was like, y'all new talent. He was like, y'all need to be pushed to the top. So he was like, Hogan was the main reason why they started pushing Harlem Heat to the moon. So, but he was like, at the same time, Stevie Ray was like, he didn't really hang out with a lot of the wrestlers outside. He did business with them. He said they was cool or whatever. He had no beef with the guy. He was like, but at the same time, with he just said he do his job and he go home. He was like, so he wasn't trying to get into, what kind of, person or was he racist and all this and that. But he was like, dude, the one that, opened the door for us. So
Right.
he didn't really have many negative comments to say. But he did say though that if he felt like if he would have been in the locker room when Hogan did make the apology, I guess the WWE locker room that time after the comments got out and and he went through all the shame. He said he felt like he would have been one of the ones that would have held him accountable
Right.
without so. But he got history with the man, so
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
But that being said, though, I felt what Stevie was saying, though. He was like, so it wasn't no negative thing. And I seen a lot of positive comments. I seen a lot of negative comments. I even had a friend of
A lot
mine.
of negative, but you ain't seen a lot of negative from the boys.
Right. Oh, definitely not that. Right.
You like we saw some stuff with I mean like the stuff about the Seth Rollins, but I think that was before he passed away. But he was clearly not as popular as he always was.
Right. Right.
It's a different day. You don't throw that word around.
Right. No doubt.
You don't as it's used in music, but it's a cultural word to a certain extent. It's a word that was used to degrade, but it was also, so it's used in many different ways. It's different versions of the word. He's not the right person to use that word, and he definitely didn't use the right phrase of the word. If you understand what I'm saying, you don't throw the word around,
It was like watching Django,
right? So we all make mistakes. Is one
right?
thing,
Absolutely.
And it's a good thing that a lot of these people aren't God, because God is a forgiving God. We don't talk religion on here, but we will for 1 second. God is a forgiving God, dog. You know what I mean? And
Right.
some people don't forgive. You know what I mean? And then, like you say, celebrities especially, because a lot of people are jealous of celebrities because they have this, they have that, and they forget who said that they're human beings.
Right.
Now, the sad part about, besides him passing, is the last year has been rather, it's like dying at your low point.
Yeah.
Almost the way you look at it. Came out on Raw on Netflix, got booed out the building.
Right.
Talk about the stuff between him and Brooke, his daughter. They supposedly haven't spoken over 8 years. She went and had kids, got married, and told no one.
Right.
The stuff with his ex-wife and, the crap that they went through with each other. Him being married 2 more times. She dating a guy that was 20 years, younger than them. And him getting caught with a supposedly affair with one of Brooke's friends.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff that piles up,
Right.
And life, we a lot of us make stupid decisions, and you got to pay for them most of the time.
Right.
So it's like, to me, it's just sad, man. And then all the stuff lately about them keeping everything a secret about his health.
Right. Right.
Of course, him and Bubba the Love Sponge had fell out, and used to be best friends, and the stuff with the sex tape and all that stuff's weird anyway.
Well, that's what got him in trouble, though.
Right. And I don't know anybody that will say, "Hey, have sex with my wife. I know you're having a hard time."
Yeah. Right.
Like I'm not doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They go to other stuff.
Take my old lady upstairs, man, and have your way with her. I know you're having a hard time right now. You know what I'm saying?
Swingers, man. Yeah.
Let's record it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Or they do that.
Swingers, you're so money, you don't even know it. But
like a Tom Arnold movie or something.
Right. This, weird stuff, man. And he did end up getting paid after all that, but I know their friendship fell apart.
Right.
For the last, couple of weeks, they've been talking about Hogan and something's not right and things aren't adding up, and just all the. I seen a meme today with them counting all the lies he's told over the years. You know what I'm saying? Hanging with this person, and saying I hung with this person in '86 and the person died in '82. Just weird stuff, man. And it's that nitpicking stuff that everybody's looking for something to be wrong with somebody. Man died, so let's bring up everything he's done wrong. So at the end of the day, I'm sad that we lost a icon. You think about we talked about the Marty Jannetty's, and this right here. This you don't think about. One day you'll be without him, but you don't think, Hogan might die this year. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Yeah. So this one caught everybody off guard. Is definitely loss of an icon of the wrestling business. And if we're gonna sit here and call ourselves wrestling fans and sit here and are training ourselves to hopefully talk about this one day for a living, we've got to be able to give respect to this man, because without him, we're not sitting here talking about it anyway. Because
Absolutely.
It's not the height that it's at right now. If it wasn't for him, he saved it in the '80s, and he saved it in the 90s. If you want to think about it, the NWO thing went crazy. People are still, every time he would talk about it, still at doing the meet and greets and stuff, everybody has to, come up to him and give him too sweet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff, like wrestling wasn't as bad a shape in the 90s as it was in the 80s, but NWO brought on the Attitude Era because it brought on DX. It brought, if you ask me anyway. So the guy was in so many historical matches, events, storylines. I mean, and the guy killed it wherever he went to. You think about the Rock when he fought the Rock at WrestleMania. And just the way that the crowd went crazy. He's finally back in WWE and had hulked up for the first time in so long and was still wearing the black. And, just when he went to TNA, I mean, they went through the roof for a little bit when he was a part of it. We wasn't missing an episode. So you can't take away, you gotta separate Terry from Hulk. Terry made those mistakes. Hulk Hogan was the man. And like you said, there's no Mount Rushmore that's talked about without Hogan and Flair. And if you ask them to, they always say the other one.
Yeah.
Flair will say Hogan's the best. Hogan will say Flair's the best. So very sad. But from what I've heard, the way he's been not able to talk for the last couple of weeks, they, pretty much was in hospice at home. And, they're sitting there saying that he's going to be here and going to be there, updating his social media like it's him. And, just some weird stuff, just weird stuff. I even read yesterday that they were thinking about some foul plays and some different issues with his death. And we're investigating that, which they investigated anyway. Right. A lot of you rule it out immediately, whether it was foul play or not. So if they're investigating and it's an open investigation now and they're making a point to talk about it, that seems weird. So we just have to see from the time on and as time goes by. But, sad day in wrestling. And let's be honest, it's been a sad week.
Well, before you move on to that, I wanted to touch on the Hogan before you go to the other names, because the other names definitely deserve to be talked about.
Absolutely.
But with the Hogan, they was going to come out with a biopic where they was going to do a movie about Hulk Hogan. And my man who played Thor, I'll butcher his name, but the guy who played Thor in Marvel movies was going to play Hulk Hogan.
Right.
And Todd Phillips is going to be the director. That's the guy who did the movie. I'm tripping. Hangover. Yeah, the guy did the Hangovers and did the Joker movie and other movies. Todd Phillips. But he was going to direct the movie, and they've been working on this behind the scenes for like the past 5 years, and for some reason they never made the movie. Like they couldn't. The budget was a lot of issues. Now it makes me wonder if they're ever going to complete that project, especially now
that he's gone. Yeah,
right.
Somebody's going to make something now because the story is too big to tell, to not tell. Excuse me. And good and bad. But I do think if you put his career, the good outweighs the bad. And, that's what you want to do in life. Did I do more good than I did bad? Did I make mistakes? Yeah. Did I pay for them? Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, like I say, you're right about that, about they've been doing it for about 5 years now and been talking about it forever. And, you know, when you think about wrestling movies and biopics, like, I'm not a huge fan, but I think the Notorious one was the best one I've seen so far as biopics and the way they made it and stuff. Like, I was let down with the All Eyes on Me a little bit, you know. Like, I think the Babe Ruth with John Goodman's one of the good ones as far as biopics and stuff like that, as far as with athletes and entertainers and stuff. But I mean, the Hogan one, man, like, you got to go all out on that one. You know, if you're gonna make one, go all out.
I thought the Straight Outta Compton was good.
Oh, very amazing, very good, very good. Some movies are just different. Some movies, you know. So, but yeah, Straight Outta Compton was good. Notorious was good. I know we're just talking about rappers and stuff like that, but these biopics, like La Bamba's a good one.
That's classic right there, though.
Yeah, that's a classic. You know, and I didn't even think to talk about this, so I didn't do no research or even think in my mind.
No, we just brainstorming.
Right. So, but you got to go all out on that one, and that's definitely a good look for the actor to portray that role, because the dude is definitely put together.
Yeah.
You know,
but who knows now, though, if they pick up that project, it could be still years down the road, and it might be somebody else who knows, you know, they may never even make that movie.
Right. Somebody will make something. You know, it did. You know, Ray Charles the Ray Charles one with Jamie Foxx was good. That was a real good one. And
that's one of the best, actually. He won Academy Award for that.
But he's such a good actor, dog. I don't even think he gets a lot of credit, but I don't think he gets the credit with the way he just sounds just like Ray Charles, man.
I know.
You know, and yeah, that was a great one. That was a great one. But yeah, let's I don't want to say move on. You know, RIP to Hulk Hogan, man. And damn, you know, but you know, July the 20th, we lost Malcolm Jamal Warner. Everybody knew him as Theo from The Cosby Show. The sad part about that is they can show all the Hogan Knows Best. They can show all the Ozzy Osbourne reality stuff. Can't show The Cosby Show no more. You know, you got to get it on YouTube. They don't play it like that because of the stuff with Bill Cosby. That's a shame. I forget the other show he was on, the doctor show that he was on. He did a couple of things on Sons of Anarchy, but everybody knew him as Theo. And
he did the thing with Eddie Griffin, Malcolm and Eddie.
Yeah. When he had the dread, the lock, dreadlock, whatever. So yeah, man. So RIP to Malcolm Jamal Warner. And if you got to go out the way he went out with supposedly his daughter was out there with him and made sure she was rescued, is one of the things I read. I don't know if it's for sure, because they make so much crazy videos and stuff these days, and everybody wants to get views and likes and all that stuff. But though I've heard that a couple of times, that his daughter was out there with him when they were swimming, when they got pulled out with the current. So I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, you went out a hero, and she'll never forget Dad for that. You know what I'm saying? You know, Dad saved my life. So if that's what happened, you know. Then 2 days later, we lose Ozzy Osbourne. I think if you took a poll, as far as if you're not an Ozzy Osbourne fan, everybody knows Crazy Train and everybody knows Iron Man. So I think everybody has heard or know those two songs. They're used in sporting events and
Yeah, stadium music.
yeah. So, he's definitely known that. But from being in the black, starting with Black Sabbath and doing his own thing and reality shows, being a part of wrestling, was a host before him and his wife Sharon, was a major superstar. You might not like him, but dude was a superstar. And then 2 days after that, we lose Hogan. So they say they happen in threes. They happened. Everything was 2 days apart. So what a crazy week for somebody that grew up in the 80s.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What was really eerie about the Ozzy Osbourne though?
Yeah.
He just had a concert like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, when he was sitting in the chair and all them thousands of people there. It was like his last concert.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like just had it. You know.
Being able to go out how you
That's
want
eerie.
to. Like deal. Yeah. And then you think, and they're thinking, okay, we're going to get dad at home for a little while before, and then they know he's not going to live forever.
Yeah.
Hey, Ozzy just did his last concert. Now he can relax and do this and do that. And then the next thing you know, he's no longer with us. And you hear about them things like when, older men retire, quit working, and then they just pass away months later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like when you hear about old couples that one of them dies and the other one dies right behind them.
Right.
Alpha and Sinka, the Wild Samoans. How crazy was that?
Right.
They died in the same year.
Right. Right.
It was wild. So RIP to all three of those gentlemen. May they rest in peace, and hopefully they were right, and hopefully they're upstairs. God bless them, man. All right, man. It's welcome to wrestling. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's talk about Thursday night, brother. And let's talk about Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
We went to an indie show, and bruh's been there before, and this is my first time going. It was WWA 4. Thursday night, man, we went to WWA 4 down in on Fulton Industrial in downtown Atlanta. We do have a vested interest in that company because the first lady of Welcome to Wrasslin is getting her start there. And that's Miss Isabella Wilder. So she had her first match a couple weeks ago, and last Thursday night she had her first victory. So we're super proud of her. It's actually a training facility, and they put on free wrestling shows every Thursday night. So every Thursday night is free. And it is WWA 4. Every Thursday night is free for the students that are training there, are wrestling matches and getting a little bit of repetition in front of a live crowd. So go ahead and talk about the show. The head trainer and the owner is AR Fox. And if you don't know who AR Fox is, check out AEW. He's on Collision a lot of times. He's the head trainer there and the owner. And yeah, man, what did you think about everything? I know you've been before.
Yeah, well, I told you the first time I went, it was like, I wish I would have found that place years ago.
Yeah.
So it was just cool that you was with me, and I got to see that environment. Of course, it was just my second time at that particular show. But the first time I went, I said it was the best time I ever had going to any of the indie shows that I've been going to. And I've seen a lot of these wrestlers that have been training. I'm getting to know a few of them,
Right.
So it's just cool vibes. But I want to talk about Bella though. It's crazy with this journey because we were really like watching her from the actual beginning. Like we don't know any of these people really. We didn't train. We're not wrestlers. But now we dived into this, and it's like meeting these people. So it's like, boom, we got connection with her mom and went to school, and it's very intriguing. Now she's training, and I even watched being there for her first match was special to me, because really, like, I got this weird feeling, like I think she got it, and it's kind of hard to describe that, but some people just have it, and I see her drive and her passion, even just like, okay, for example, her first match. Of course, it wasn't. She'd been training for months, but her first match in front of the live crowd, it was like she was real smooth. She was poised. Of course, she made mistakes. It was her first match, but it was like she looked. You could tell it was her first match.
Right.
Even her poise, even like her timing, and she took risk, and then she showed a lot of toughness. It was like,
Right.
she's a badass chick. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But seeing her the second time, a different opponent, this guy kind of pushed her a little bit. And
Right.
also, I think she put a lot of pressure on herself as well. She still knew, okay, the first one went well. She probably feeling herself a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do this, da. I don't know, So she had a few spots where it was like, okay, you could tell that it might have been some timing, or maybe she was nervous or whatever, right? But you could tell, like, okay, it didn't go as smooth as the first match, which is okay, right?
Right.
She did get the victory, though. They put her over, which was cool, and had a very deadly finishing move that, like, when she did it, I was like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? So, like, for real. But, okay, so time went by. I was able to talk to her after the match, and we had a very, very good conversation, man. This girl head is in the right place, dog. Like, she was kind of, I don't want to say down on herself, but she knew that she could have did better in her eyes, right? And nobody's hard on themselves but themselves, right? We all go through that, right? No matter what sports you play, whatever, nobody feels, people yell at you, you drop the pass, but nobody feel worse than you do.
Right.
Because you don't got to live with that. Right. So she was like, yeah, I messed up a few spots, and and then she told me that, and this is some exclusive. She said that she got a little gassed out there. She got a little tired, and then she said it was, they put these matches together, and I don't know to what extent. Again, we don't train. We're not in the ring. We're not taking these bumps, but we are aware that they, it's some psychology too. But they also talk about what they're going to do. Probably not to the full extent, but they got a beginning, a middle, and a finish.
They got an idea how it's supposed to go, or how it's supposed to last, and
right. So she told me that there was a part in the match where I think that they were supposed to have like a rest period. I don't know if it was going to be fighting outside or they do a double close. I don't know. She didn't go to those details, but she was saying it's part of the match where it was supposed to be like a little bit of a rest period. But she said they didn't go into that. And it was like, dude kept calling stuff, and she had to react. So it was like he pushed her, which she got what she needed, though, really. You know what I mean? And that I don't know the guy. Again, I'm not a trainer or whatever. I don't know what motive or whatever, right? I'm just not insinuating anything. I'm just saying, though, that's a part of life, though. Like, and I told her, I said, well, this wasn't just going to be an easy journey. And she was like, I know that, but she had the right attitude about it. You know what I mean? Really, got her head. Seemed like she got her head screwed on right, man. And she really
well. So she's getting started young, and I'm hoping this video will work out, and let us introduce you to Isabella Wilder real quick, ladies and gentlemen.
You boys ever met a real country girl? in the woods, down home, country.
Making her way to the ring. She is the Southern Belle, Isabella Wilder.
She's a party all-nighter from South Carolina, a bad mama jammer from down in Alabama. She's a raging Cajun, lunatic from Brunswick, juicy Georgia peach with a thick Southern drawl, sexy swinging wall. Brother, she's all country. She, from a cowboy boots to her down home roots, she's country. From the song she plays to the
Had an amazing debut, came up short, but it was still amazing nonetheless. Definitely one for the record books. Byron Young, as of late, has kind of been on a bit of a struggle bus on his own, losing back-to-back weeks to debuting stars. So he's definitely looking to rebound and looking to make an example out of Isabella Wilder.
Yeah, it's certainly been a while since our golden duo have been in action together, and they really are showing that together they are worth more than the sum of their parts. Byron Young looking for a victory here tonight. Wow, big move.
Springboard Hurricane Rana.
Oh, just about cut me off right there, but very worthwhile.
Stepping over the top rope, jumping off the middle one to get that springboard Hurricane Rana. Very unique way to hit it. I don't think Isabella Wilder's done. The Southern Belle suicide dive.
Yeah, straight through that middle rope, the air.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And Byron Young able to get to the ropes after getting hit with a middle rope split-legged leg drop.
Yeah, thought she had the combination. Looked a little.
They're countering with a Hurricane Rana.
Got Byron Young right in the corner there.
What's Isabella Wilder thinking? Oh, shit! Rampage DDT! And your winner, Isabella Wilder!
Yeah, man, that was Isabella Wilder, the Southern Belle. Like I say, she's the first lady of Welcome to Wrasslin.
Absolutely.
On this journey with her, we're gonna support her every which way we can. And yeah, man, this platform is she's got front line to do anything she wants to do on here. Anytime she wants to come on, she'll be on in a couple of weeks. And but yeah, man, we're so behind her right now. And yeah, man, I can't wait to see what she does. Now, let's get into it's WWA4. Like I said, it's a training facility. It's a lot of talent there besides her.
Right.
And we will get into that later on in the next time we go there. We'll cover it a little bit better. She was our main focus going there. Besides just loving to see independent wrestling or any kind of wrestling anyway. But we're definitely going to cover it more. Again, AR Fox is the head trainer. And if you are looking for a school to go to, looking for somewhere to train, hit them up at wwa4atl at gmail.com at 404-273-9472. They train in different styles, train managers, whatever. If you're looking to get into the wrestling business, give them a call, man. Give them a call. It don't hurt to give somebody a phone call and just find out the information. So I'm gonna leave that up there for a minute, just in case anybody's interested or wants to pursue a wrestling career. That'll be there for you. So, but I want to give a shout out to somebody at the wrestling match, and that was the referee. They had a couple of different referees, but it was the tall, slim gentleman that was refereeing her Bella's match. When that dude when he did that flip and got caught in the ropes and got his neck caught in the ropes, it was choking him. The way he got him up out of there, that he was the hero of the night, because that could have been nasty.
That's true.
Yeah, so That was crazy. And the way he did the move that he was trying to do that had them tangled up in the road was going to be crazy if that didn't happen. But,
right.
Yeah, that was going to be wild. But that was actually a scary moment and a great moment at the tank because that referee came in there, put that forearm over his head, flipped him back over, and got him up out of there. Because I mean, he was choking. You know, it was scary. Right before that happened, you see two of the wrestlers run from the back and were about to help. And as soon as they saw him flip back over, they, you know, made sure they didn't interfere in the match. And the match continued and actually was hell of a match. And that was the main event. So, yeah, man, shout out WWA4. Shout out to, of course, Isabella. Shout out to AR5. Shout out to their whole roster, their fan base. Hopefully we can help grow their fan base a little bit. You definitely got two lifers that are definitely going to be there as much as we can. And also was told we'd be able to go to a couple of training sessions just to sit in. I think that'll be super cool, you know, to see how they train and how they go about their, you know, the training and stuff. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Hey, shout out Derek Showtime as well.
Yeah,
my man.
Yeah.
Derek Showtime. That's my man. Hey, you know, y'all had the same birthday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We don't do too good at sharing, so you know. But yeah. I had a great time. It was hot in there, but I had a great time.
It definitely was hot. It was hot. Like literally hot.
Yeah. Atmosphere caught me off guard. And we'll leave it at that. But it was a good caught off guard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Definitely a friendly place to be at watching wrestling. Just say that. You know, so if you're not doing nothing, Thursdays, get into, and we'll actually post the address and stuff on the Facebook on Welcome to Wrestling Facebook. I'll post the address and stuff and the flyer and everything. So if y'all want to go check it out, man. It's free. You walk in, watch some wrestling, don't pay no money, and walk back out.
Right.
You know? One thing that I love seeing about that was a couple of times I had to go outside for a minute, get a little fresh air, and the matches that were just over, them guys out there talking about what they liked about it. They might have been by their car or whatever. They were away from everybody. It wasn't nobody giving them no input. It was just them two or them three, whoever was involved in the match, really just going over it, talking about it, you know. And independent wrestling, man, it does something to you a little bit different because you get to see a lot of stuff that you would never get to see at these big shows or the big corporations, but it just opens your eyes to what is so much into putting a match together. And just like the podcast,
right?
Every time we do the podcast, what do we say to each other afterward? Oh, damn, I meant to say this and I meant to say that. Same thing in the wrestling. We should have did this and we were supposed to do this, but then we did this, you know. So.
You know, it's crazy, man. I love seeing that side of it. This is the meat and potatoes. You know, we're fans because of the glamour, the finished product, what we see on TV, what we're entertained by, the finished product. But I really enjoy, especially going to the indie shows, like when over there, Mr. Renegade over there on Austell Road. You know, I'm this is where I met, you know, the Wall, Tyler Stevens, who's also trained by AR Fox. Or I've seen Rick Swan in the ring with this teriyaki dude. And I'm seeing them going over the match, like before the show. They're like in the ring going over spots and me just seeing that. And then when I'm watching the match and I see them go and do that spot, I'm like, damn, I watched them talk about that, you know, and that was kind of cool, you know, really seeing that side of it. You know, I really enjoy this little journey and just trying to dig deeper into this business, you know. So very, very looking forward to the future. Going to a show tomorrow. Deep South Wrestling.
Right.
So I'm gonna have some feedback on that next week.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into SummerSlam real quick. This is gonna be with the Hogan thing and we had to talk about WWE 4. And now we're gonna get into SummerSlam. SummerSlam is next weekend, next Saturday, next Sunday. We are 1 week away. As of right now, it's 11 matches. You got 6 on Saturday, 5 on Sunday. And so we'll start on Sunday. I don't think we need to give a prediction on every match. Some of the stuff is building, some of the stuff is self-explanatory. So let's just get into it. Saturday, you got Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. They've been doing a program together. This is going to be their first big match on a big stage. Well, no, they wrestled at what you call it. So, but that was they had to throw that. Yeah, because of Dominic Mysterio getting hurt.
Right.
So this will be their second match, but they're definitely telling the story. They're definitely got a program going. Karrion Kross is like he's always trying to, build him a stable and always trying to, mind game, all different and stuff.
That's his character, right? Yeah.
That's the gimmick. So, we'll see what happens with Sami Zayn and Karrion.
He wants Sammy to say it, man. He wants him to say it, but he wants him to say it in front of 70,000 people in MetLife Stadium. He wants Sammy to say it in front of the people at MetLife Stadium. He wants him to say it, man.
Right. So we'll see what happens. I don't really care about a prediction about that one. I don't. That's not going to be the last match, and we're going to go through it. And it's going to be, even if he does join them, it'll be a lot of like a Daniel Bryan thing, joining the Wyatt family.
I think I'm gonna give you a prediction. I think Sammy going over. He gonna go past that. They just Karrion Kross. I really think they rewarding him he's been doing good work though at doing that. And dude actually can wrestle. I've been watching him in the ring. It's just hard to take him. It's just kind of hard to take him seriously. I just think that it's hard to. People recover from character disaster.
Yeah.
But what they did to him when he was leaving NXT, eventually dropped the ball on that. Now, of course, it's still up to Karrion to get whatever he's working with over, because apparently this is still who he is, because this is the type of characters he played, right?
Right.
You still are who you are. So, but he's kind of over right now. Like, the crowd, if you really hear the crowd, they like him. So hopefully he can use this to catapult himself going forward. But at the same time, it's still just Karrion Kross to me. Excuse me. So I think Sammy's gonna go over. Move on.
All right. Then we got Jelly Roll, Randy Orton, and Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. First of all, Drew McIntyre, I don't know if that's a shoe or whatever, but when he was on Logan Paul's podcast, he did not hold back, not one bit. So I don't know if that was a shoot. It was a part of the gimmick. Who knows? It was part of the story. But I mean, he letting everybody have it. And he does not like CM Punk.
Yeah. I heard some of his comments about CM Punk.
Right. Yeah. He basically called him a repulsive piece of shit. But anyway. But you got to let the celebrity go over, because it's not, wrestling fans are not the majority of wrestling fans are not the smartest people in the world, if we can say that. So slow down. Jelly Roll is not a full-time WWE superstar. He didn't sign a multi-year contract, okay? He's doing this little thing, he'll be back, I'm sure. But just pump the brakes. It's not, they're not gonna have a cage match, in a couple of weeks or anything like that. They're not doing a major program. Like, this is gonna be it. They're gonna go over, and then he's going back to touring. So,
Jelly Roll like Zeus.
right.
SummerSlam main event, bro.
Right. Hey, but I'm looking forward to that SmackDown. He did the Black Hole Slam.
Yeah.
From,
Yeah.
Abyss. Of course, Abyss does work backstage as an agent. So
right.
But we talked about it last week about the number of guys helping him out. They're talking about Jelly just like they did Logan Paul, taking it real serious. I can't wait to see the match. I love Jelly Roll, big Jelly Roll fan, been Jelly Roll fan for years. And man, I just love people seeing living out their dreams, dog.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm jealous as hell, but I love it for him, dog. I think it's great, and I can't wait to see it. And he gonna get a couple moves in. They gonna beat him up, and Randy. I can't wait to see what the gear is gonna look like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Thank God he's down 200 plus. You know what I'm saying? So he's like 350, 340, something like that now. Maybe a little bit lower than that.
He I watched that segment on SmackDown, and you just see it in his eyes, man. He was having a blast.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, if let's just say for pretend right now, if we were just famous, and then they had us at front row, oh, that's them wrestling boys. That's Welcome to Wrestling, biggest wrestling podcast in the world, and somebody flips you over the rail, and I jump in, and bro, it's gonna be hard not to smile.
Yeah.
That would be the hardest thing for me. I know I ain't gonna be able to hold it in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like those jackass, them guys from Jackass get beat up for not selling because I'm sitting there smiling and shit.
See,
do me.
You notice though that you gonna make me take the bump.
Yeah.
You see how you do? It knocked me over the rail. I heard that. See, me, I had to be the sacrifice.
In my mind, they're coming after us, and I push you in the way. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying? You gotta sacrifice to be successful, dog. So if I sacrifice you and I get the upper hand, then we both look good. I'm always looking out for the both of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Oh my God, the POT's got a family. What are they doing? They're gonna have Noah in the back when they carry the stretcher you out. You're gonna give the crowd the thumbs up. You're gonna be like, what you call? Don't drop me. LT had that arm hanging down. He just doing like this to the crowd.
Right.
Oh man.
Shark. Big Shark.
Yeah. Shark LeVay. That man said, just give me another shot, Doc. Please.
Any given Sunday for those that don't know.
Hey, first of all, the movie is amazing. But that locker room scene at the end, before they go out there to play that game, you know what I mean? Bro, you get chill bumps listening to that one. Pacino's the man anyway.
Yeah, he got that voice too, and
that just felt real. And that felt like a real coach, like addressing the Warriors, you know what I'm saying? And getting them ready, you know. So yeah. Well, you talk about a great movie. That's one of my favorites of all time.
Oh yeah.
So
a lot of heavy hitters in there too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But so I'm calling Randy Orton and Jelly to go over. You know, you don't see Jelly again until this next, the next time they're in Nashville or something.
Right.
Or something like that. But proud of that dude. I know he's gonna have a ball. Hope everybody stays safe. I hope the whole roster is always staying safe. But yeah, that's gonna be a good one. I know they're gonna go over. We're not even gonna. There's no need to go in deep into that one. Right. So, Tiffany Stratton and Jade. I want to hear what you got to say about that one.
I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the ones I'm not really excited about that one.
Right. That's
now. Well, I ain't gonna go that far. I'm not trying to disrespect the ladies because they both great athletes. Tiffany's a great athlete and Jade is a beast. It kind of, I don't know, now that Naomi cashed in, and I know she had her blow off match with Jade and Naomi, but I guess that's one of those situations where they always gonna be rivals, right? But so they just completely moving on. Like I thought the whole point of the cash in was gonna be for this moment. Now it kind of threw me off in my vision. So I don't know what direction they're going. I don't know. Are they gonna put the title on Jade now, and then eventually her and Bianca butt heads, or is it still Tiffy time?
Yeah,
I mean, it's still,
Yeah. I think they want to pull the trigger. I don't think they got the nerve to pull the trigger on her yet. I don't think they not that they don't trust her, but are not just I don't think she's ready.
I agree with that, but is that what they're saying?
Right. So we're gonna find out. So
what's your prediction?
I'm going with, if it were me booking, I don't think I would put the belt on Jade just yet.
Well, what you think they're gonna do?
I'm assuming if I think that she's not ready. But of course we don't see what they see, but we also do see the product out there, and there's an issue almost every match.
So, but again, they like to play chess. They slow burn. Yeah. We know eventually it's going to be Bianca and Jade, right?
Right.
They're going to have to get to that point, and no telling what their plans are for the future. Get down this road.
Yeah.
But if they put the title on her now, then
I don't think she. I'm going with Tiff. I'm going with Tiffany. I don't think they do that.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I don't think they
agree with you on that.
Okay. Rodriguez and Perez against Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. I kind of like the little chemistry. It ain't much, but it's kind of building up a little bit with Charlotte, Alexa. They've been doing the Instagram and TikTok videos together and stuff. Like, I don't know. I think you don't want to throw Charlotte right into the title picture immediately with, and I think you kind of reward her with tag team gold maybe for right now. So if I'm going over talent and how things should work out, I'm going with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. But then again, it kind of does the whole, does the whole Judgment Day fall apart because they lose tag title. They lose their titles. And well, I don't know. We'll stay. We'll wait till we get in that to when we get to the other one, the other match.
All right.
But you get what I'm trying to say, though.
Yeah. I can see that, but also we know what they're eventually going to do is Charlotte or Alexa going to turn heel on each other. So that's a great point, though. Where they you know how that's the tag titles. They probably will go over, and maybe Roxanne and Raquel to win 2 weeks later on SmackDown. I don't know. They've been doing that with the So who knows? Now, as far as SummerSlam,
And
I can see them having that feel good moment.
Yeah, and then everybody's eventually going to want to see Charlotte and Jade go at it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but they've got to get Jade ready for all that because Charlotte will wrestle her all around town. No problem. I mean, she's the GOAT. But anyway, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. It's kind of easy to say. Of course, they get Roman Reigns return, fully ready to go for supposedly full time, or what's considered full time for him. But and I don't see them not going over. I see it being a good heavy hitting match, and but I don't see Braun Breaker and them going over like that. Not over the Tribal Chief in the right hand and in main event Jey Uso.
Right.
Well, 4 letters.
They're gonna be eating like crazy. Right. Yeah.
They're eating over each other out there.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree though. I definitely see Braun doing some spearing, and he's gonna show off coming off them ropes pretty hard. And we may see a tsunami, or he may miss a tsunami. So we're gonna get the heavy hitters doing their spots. But I definitely agree with you that they're gonna have a eating celebration.
Yeah. That damn Roman Reigns shoe game been on point here lately too. He stays red, like he had them Dion's on the other night. So but he usually been rocking the Jordan. So but CM Punk and Gunther. See, this is where it gets interesting.
I'm gonna go first on this one.
All right.
This one hard for me to call because I definitely believe that CM Punk will get a title reign on this run. I'm just trying to figure out. So did Gunther win the title over Jay as like a transitional champion? Not that Gunther's a transitional champion because he held the title before, but like back in the day, faces didn't go against faces, right. So that Iron Sheik, one example, he beat Backlund, Hogan beat Sheik. So is that what this is? Like, okay, this is Punk's time to get the title. We didn't want him to beat Jey Uso though.
Right. But you let Gunther beat him and let him hold it for. But I guess if you're transitioning, you got to let Gunther get it for a little bit. Give him the match with Goldberg. Let him beat you. You beat the legend Goldberg, and you'll get it again.
Right.
Type deal. And you haven't. And they're probably telling him. I mean, we don't know for sure, but they're probably telling You haven't had the WWE title yet, and that'll be next. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
right. Yeah.
So you think if CM Punk wins, then that's what you're calling?
I'm gonna call it.
Okay. I'm sticking with what I said the other day. CM Punk wins and Seth Rollins cashes in.
I would lose my damn mind if it play out that way.
If it does play out that way, okay, so let me ask you this. Excuse me. Still trying to get over that cold, ladies and gentlemen. That will blow Saturday night out of the water. And Sunday night going to have to compete with that all night long.
Well, just like WrestleMania 41.
Yeah. So that's where I think it's going. I just got a feeling I could be dead ass wrong. He could be hurt for real and all that, which he probably is. But it's that when you got that feeling, you got to say it. So that's what I'm saying. He cashes in. He's going to ruin CM Punk as soon as CM. And I think you're going to wait till CM Punk wins, and then he cashes in.
You know what? That would come full circle, though, right? That would be awesome, because that's what he did to Drew McIntyre, WrestleMania 40.
Mm-hmm. And
same title.
And he made the statement, CM Punk will never be a champion as long as I'm around.
And this thing, Seth Rollins was the one who lost the title that night.
Yeah.
In that match. That would be full circle.
I'm telling you, dog, I got a feeling.
Man.
All right, let's go to Sunday night. Let's go with Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch. I'm going to stick with Becky and keep going. Hey, I watched Happy Gilmore 2 when she's in there.
Yeah.
Have you checked it out yet?
I forgot it's on Netflix, right?
It's on Netflix. So I checked it out. But, yeah, she did all right. It ain't like she got a huge part or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I like it big. That's the man.
Yeah. And MJF killed it in it, though. He's hilarious. That's my guy anyway. You know what I'm saying? But he's actually one of Adam Sandler's kids. You know what I'm saying? He's one of his sons. It's hilarious. So I'm sticking with Becky. What about you?
I'm gonna go with Lyra.
Okay.
I think they're gonna. I don't think it's meant for Becky to the whole. I feel like they're using her to add prestige to the new title.
Yeah.
Which is Becky is like, she's a pioneer in my book. One of 4 horsewomen. We talk about Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, and Bayley. And when she was the man, she was like, probably at the peak. She definitely had her 15 minutes of fame. And I just really think that it's like they using her to add prestige to the title. And Lyra, they got the backstory. They both from Ireland. And, I think that she's finally going to kind of get over the hump, over the Becky hump. And they're going to go their separate ways.
Okay. All right. Possibly got a chance to be the match of the night. And that's Naomi, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. And 3 crazy athletes. You got Rhea's the powerhouse. Io's a small one that can do any and everything and jump off anything, everything. Naomi is so athletic, and the split level moonsault, just the split leg moonsault, just the stuff that she does. I think they're going to do some crazy stuff. Naomi, she's definitely not going to lose the title now. It'll be slick how she wins or something like that. Be one of them things where Rhea hips the move on Io and she, throws Rhea out the ring and then pins Io Sky and then keeps the title or whatever. Be something like that. I'll let her cash in and she's really like, she's supposed to be a heel, but people still went crazy when she won. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so they're definitely, first of all, they're not gonna take it away that quick anyway, but definitely not to her. I think
and if they was to do that, then what was the point of her and Jade?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as with the briefcase, I'm not saying that null and void their feud in itself. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying with having the briefcase, Jade is fighting in this world championship match. Naomi had the briefcase, and that's what I'm saying. It was like, again, I know we're not the writers, we're not the bookers, but I hope they played that the way.
Especially like if Jade were to win and then she cashed in on Jade.
Exactly.
And beat Jade, that would have made that would have went crazy with the feud. You put her out for a couple of months and then her first title reign, you cash in on her and kill it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that'd have been.
I mean, just like Steph and Punk right now.
Yeah.
I mean, boy, hey, if that happened, man, that should go viral.
Right. Let's go, Dom and AJ for the Intercontinental title. The stuff AJ been doing with being the janitor and the parking attendant, just hilarious, man. I'm gonna miss that dude, man, when he's gone, man. Next year is it.
Yeah.
So damn, it was phenomenal. Did you see Dom showed up at AAA?
Nah.
Oh man, showed up in one of them white Nike mask, ski mask things.
Yeah.
They were doing something. He ran in there with the mask, jumped in, beat up dude, hit him with the title, took that mask off and took his jacket off. He had a Tony Gwynn jersey on, because they're from San Diego. He started doing that hair. Boy, them Mexicans, them folks went crazy, boy. And he had the IC title on. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was cool, super cool. Yeah. As much as I would love to see AJ get a shot, a run at anything, title wise, I don't see anything happening. They put it up too much for him to, like, if I get you, I'm gonna beat you too easy. All I need is this match and this and this. He's got the whole Judgment Day, so he shouldn't be losing anyway. So I think if you want to be technical about the deck stacked against AJ Styles, but I want to see AJ get another title run, big, with like the WWE, the world. So he hadn't had the world title. He's had WWE title a couple times, but he hadn't had the world title. So, I want to see him get one of those runs again, man. I think he deserves it. I'm sure he don't be in there politicking for it or anything, but me myself, I would love to see that, but I don't see him going over on Dom, but I don't see Dom going over clean either.
Right.
So
now, as far as the match, definitely gonna be shenanigans.
Yeah.
Some good high flying and
action packed. It'll be clear,
fast.
Yeah,
definitely. Probably gonna be like underrated, like as far as could be match of the night. But I think Dom gonna go over with some shenanigans. As far as AJ Styles, I heard something today that really made me think. He been in WWE in his career more years than he was with TNA.
That's crazy.
Think about that.
Hold on.
So, but that being said, uh, definitely both of our one of our all time favorites. He definitely in my. If I had to sit down and write a list of my favorite all time favorite wrestlers, he probably definitely top five in my book. I don't know where he would be at, but he definitely in the top five in my book, and that's saying a lot. But I don't see if you're saying he got another year left on his contract, and that's when he's gonna hang up the boots, which I believe him. I don't. I would like for him to get another title run, but
Yeah,
I don't
but
see it happening. I don't see
yeah,
it happening.
yeah, I'm with you on that. But I mean, I get it. Like I say, I said I'd like to see it, but I don't. You know, I'm
Right.
with. Yeah.
Right.
All right, we got two bangers left. You got Solo and Jacob Fatu in the cage, and you got Cody and John Cena.
Street fight.
I'm hoping we get a Tama Tonga back or something like that. Even though it's in a cage, it never stops the
Right.
shenanigans. You know,
Right.
it's still 4-on-2.
Yeah.
So Solo's got the advantage. He's the champ. You got Jacob, and then you got you got Jacob and Jimmy, but that's it. So
Right.
And I don't think they're gonna trade the belt back and forth that quick. I don't think. You know, and but I also heard and read this that they finna push Jacob Fatu to the moon. They're already
I definitely believe that.
they've already they're making all the merch for him with the different states and cities that they go now. If you've been paying,
Okay.
if you've seen that, and bro, dude's gonna be world champion soon. Quick, you know, and I'm not talking about tomorrow or nothing like that, but you know, like around the corner type deal. And but I don't see him winning again tomorrow. They're gonna have something going on. That feud's gonna keep going. You know, because it's not going. You're just gonna let them just get the best of it, and that be the end of it. You know what I'm saying? But it is in the cage. But it's not just them two. It's 4-on-2. They all against each other. You know?
Right.
Got Roman and Jay on the other show. Or do we get another Tama Tonga come back? Or do we get Tama Tonga come back and then we get a debut with somebody else? You know? So
this is definitely one of the ones I definitely can't call because, to your point, all the possibilities, all the different players involved. Like you said, it's 4-on-2, but again, Tama Tonga, we don't know when he'll return, whose side will he be on. I mean, anything can happen. You know, what's to say that Roman and Jay won't help out? I don't see that happening, but something's going to happen. Yeah, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. That's you know, hell, me and Rikishi might go at it. I don't know. You know, hey, it's WWE. You know, SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You know, shout out Rikishi. And I mean, by the way, Rikishi, come on, Rikishi, that's my dog, man. But
your dog blocked you.
But look,
that's my dog.
to give a prediction though, it's hard to call, man.
I'm gonna go ahead.
This.
Jacob Fatu gonna do something stupid off the top of that cage.
I'm gonna say he gonna win.
Okay.
Do something different.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cena and Cody Rhodes. one I can't call
I can't call it either.
because I can see it going both ways, you know. But it's getting close to. You got 4 months left, and once August is done, this is the one big show they got. But he's going to all that stuff out overseas. I'm sure they want to pay to see him be the champ when they come there.
Yeah,
And that's in October. But does he carry the belt all the way to December? You know what I'm saying? Or does he really leave the last real champion?
he's gonna lose the title at Survivor Series.
To who?
Don't know. I'm just guessing, but that's like the last big event. Somewhat big. I mean that.
If
You know
CM
what I
Punk
mean?
go over, if CM Punk go over then and get the title, then he's not going to be feuding with Cena. They're not going to do no champion versus champion thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's one everybody want to see before he dip.
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't know, man.
But we don't know if Punk gonna win. If Punk may not win the world, you know.
Yeah. But then again, then you also got, do we see another Cena Roman Reigns? And is that how Roman Reigns gets the title back?
I think if Cody don't win, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. But then then you got Cody and Roman again?
Why not?
Cody in the picture, but Cody could finish the story then, but they can't finish it now.
Well, regardless of what if it's Roman winning the title or Cody winning the title, it's gonna eventually get back to Cody and Roman.
Yeah.
Because if Cody win, he gonna be champion again, and then that's who Roman gonna eventually.
So let me ask
back
you
to.
this. Okay, I ain't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
So if Cena drops the title in, so then does he wrestle The Rock as his last match? Because the Rock, you know, let The Rock down. He was supposed to leave with the belt, this, and this. Do they go on one more time?
I mean, that'd be a swerve.
You know, and who's the face and who's the heel then? You gotta have Cena get beat up after he loses the title by The Rock. And then they set it up for his last matches against The Rock.
I think he's gonna retire face.
And that's to be a good way to turn face is get your ass whooped by The Rock. He stays heel. You apologize, everybody. You know, you just the mindset was to do whatever it needs to be done. You know, all that bullshit. And then, you know, but does it happen next week though? Is that the start of it? I don't think he loses next week.
It's hard to call.
That's I can't call it, but I don't think.
I don't know. It also because it's the rematch. I mean, like, are they gonna beat Cody that many times?
Yeah.
But like you said, I don't know, man. I don't know. I agree with you though. I think they're gonna keep this Cena run going, and he's gonna go over somehow. Now, how, who, what, when, where, and why? I don't know, because you know how WWE booked their main event match, especially at a SummerSlam. It's going to be shenanigans from all over.
Right.
So, I mean, is The Rock going to come back? We haven't seen him in a while. Don't know.
We get through August, you get over SummerSlam, you got 4 months to the Rumble. And
right.
Then it's WrestleMania season right over again.
Right.
Going to Vegas again. That's crazy. Time's flying by, man.
Yeah,
We had 31 episodes. We started this thing in January. And being consistent, man, every week, man. Every week.
Yeah, really got more than that.
Yeah, well, 31 are official.
Okay, so the Marietta Legends and the bonus episodes don't count.
No, they don't count. No, none of that shit counts. If I say it's 31, damn it, it's 31.
More like 35, 36.
If the captain of the boat tell you we're going north and you're going south, you ain't gonna sit there and say you're not going north because he's the captain. He can throw you off. We got 31 episodes. Blood, sweat, and tears, plus a couple of bonus ones and a couple of Marietta footballers. Oh, when do you count the shorts too then? Motherfucker. Hey, Inside Baseball, they removed one of our videos for a couple of violations. I don't know if yeah. I think it's
you
one
said
of the,
inside what? Inside baseball.
Yeah, just to let everybody know. Yeah, we got hit with a yeah, they removed one of our episodes. I forgot to say. Hey, by the way, they removed. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was. I don't think it's a full episode. I think it was one of the first ones that we put out, like the intro or whatnot.
Yeah.
I gotta look, but I think it's because I know what I did wrong. That was like, say, the first ones. I really didn't know what I was doing when we was uploading them on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. Yeah. So I think I put it like it was okay for kids to watch, and it really wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, yeah, but they be on that shit though, boy. They be on you.
Yeah.
But yeah. So. But listen up, man. Those are our predictions. We talked RIP Hulk Hogan, talk Hogan today. Remember WWA4, man. Check them out on Facebook. Check out their website. I'm gonna put the Gmail up one more time for you, just in case y'all want to check them out. Where they go? And then that's also the number to call, just in case you want to get trained. You're thinking about getting trained. Hey, man, call and find out. Ask questions. That's the only way you'll ever know anything. We got our SummerSlam predictions in. Next week, we'll be back. What I'm thinking is they do 2 shows. Maybe we're going to do 2 shows. Maybe we'll cover night 1 Saturday and cover night 2 as soon as it's over on Sunday. Don't know. We'll figure it out. But when we do come back, we will have the whole review of SummerSlam. And then we'll be moving forward and getting ready for the fall time to fall in. And like you said, before you know it, it'll be Royal Rumble and WrestleMania season right over again. So time's flying by, man. Time is flying by. But one thing we do know is welcome to Wrasslin.
Welcome to Wrasslin.
Hey, like, comment, and please, for the love of God, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all. Love you.
Welcome to Wrasslin, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the PODCAST, tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure 4. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight